Hey everyone, let's jump right in. Real quick before we start, this explainer is brought to you by CertFuel. They've got a fantastic Series 99 course with adaptive study quizzes, smart flashcards, and unlimited practice exams weighted exactly like the real thing. Definitely go check it out at certfuel.com. All right, today we are tackling account and product disclosures.
So picture this. Meet Ollie, the ops associate. Ollie is currently staring in absolute horror at a mountain of paperwork on his desk. Why? Well, because Kara, the client, just called. Kara is a highly ambitious investor, and she wants to trade options, mutual funds, and illiquid securities all in one single account. So Ollie is sweating. He needs to figure out exactly what disclosures to send Kara without burying her in the wrong paperwork, or, honestly worse, violating compliance.
All right, Section 1. Triggers for disclosure documents matching chaos to clarity. Let's sort this out.
The core rule of the game you need to memorize is this. You absolutely must match the specific document to its exact trigger. Ollie cannot just grab one giant generic packet of disclosures, toss it at Kara, and call it a day for all of her trades. It doesn't work like that. For example, her options trades require the ODD, which stands for the Options Disclosure Document. We have to spell that out clearly. Options Disclosure Document. The exam loves to test if you know exactly when and why this specific document is triggered.
Now, take a look at this breakdown. One account can hold multiple products, right? But each product or account feature triggers its own unique disclosure document. If the trigger is an options account, the required document is the current options disclosure document. Why? Because options carry unique, massive risks that a client literally must understand upfront before they start trading. A mutual fund holding or an illiquid position does not replace this options account trigger. Now, if the trigger is a mutual fund, you provide the mutual fund prospectus. An options disclosure document already sitting in the file does not satisfy the mutual fund disclosure. And what if it's an illiquid security? Well, identify the actual product and provide the disclosure applicable to that specific product. Illiquidity alone does not select the document.
Moving right along to options account approval rules, the timing trap. Let's focus on Kara's options trades for a second and bring in Sam, the supervisor. Sam holds the absolute keys to account approval. Look at the sequence. Step 1. Deliver the options disclosure document. Step 2. Sam approves the options account. Ollie must deliver the current options disclosure document to Kara at or before Sam approves the account for options trading. The sequence is literally everything here, because Kara needs to have all that risk information in her hands before the firm officially greenlights her to take those risks. Okay, listen up. Here is a massive exam trap directly from the source material. OD delivery is a condition of account approval. Deliver the current ODD at or before the account is approved for options trading. Read that again, let it sink in. If Ollie waits until actually after Sam approves the account to send the options disclosure document, he has failed. And if you choose that on exam day, you're going to fail the question. It has to be at or before. Up next, mutual fund prospectus timelines, the label lie.
So let's pivot back to Kara's mutual fund request. Ollie is tired, right? He sees he already handed Kara the options disclosure document, and he's super tempted to just say, she already has a disclosure, we're good. But wait, look at the comparison. A mutual fund is a product trigger requiring a prospectus. An options account is an account feature trigger requiring the options disclosure document. These are entirely distinct from one another. All right, question time. I want you to really think about this. Ollie already gave Kara the options disclosure document. Does he still need to send the mutual fund prospectus? Pause the explainer right now. Lock in your answer in your head. Do you know it?
The answer is yes. You must match a mutual fund with its prospectus. Do not treat an options disclosure document as a substitute. An ODD in the client file does absolutely nothing to satisfy a mutual fund disclosure requirement. They do not cross over. And here is another massive exam trap that trips people up. A product label does not set a prospectus deadline. You match the mutual fund with its prospectus, yes, for sure, but the product label itself doesn't replace the separate conditions that dictate the exact deadline. Why? Well, because the actual execution of the sale or the distribution mechanics dictates the timeline, not just the name on the product. Please don't let the exam trick you into thinking the label sets the clock.
Okay, now for Kara's final request, the illiquid security trap, chasing unicorns.
So Kara wants an illiquid security. Ollie is frantically digging through his digital filing cabinet looking for this generic catch-all
illiquid security form. Guys, he's looking for a mythical creature. It's basically like hunting for a unicorn in a compliance office. There is no such thing as a universal illiquid security document. It simply does not exist in the real world of operations.
Let's test your reflexes on this concept. What specific document does an illiquid security trigger on its own? Go ahead, pause the explainer. Think about what we just said. What does it trigger?
Here is your answer, wrapped up in yet another exam trap. Illiquidity does not create one universal disclosure. It tells operations to identify the actual security and its applicable product disclosure. Illiquidity alone doesn't select the options disclosure document. It doesn't select a prospectus, and it certainly doesn't select a universal document. It just tells Ollie to hit the brakes, look at the actual product Kara is buying, and find the specific disclosure for that exact product.
All right, it is time for our rapid-fire exam recap. Let's beat the gotchas. We're going to move fast here and lock these facts into your brain to rescue Ollie and get you to pass this exam.
Takeaway 1. Match the document to the trigger. Remember, Kara? One single account can hold multiple products, and each one has its own requirements. You have to review the specific product or account feature that triggers each document. You literally cannot just choose one generic document for the whole account.
Takeaway 2, odd delivery equals A or before approval. The options disclosure document must be in Kara's hands before Sam the supervisor hits approve on that options account. Remember, delivery is a condition of account approval.
Takeaway 3, mutual funds require their own prospectus. Never, ever substitute the options disclosure document for a mutual fund prospectus. And keep in mind, the product label alone does not set the prospectus deadline. Separate execution rules handle those clocks. Takeaway 4, no universal illiquid document exists. Seriously, stop chasing unicorns. If a security is illiquid, it just means you have to go identify the actual security and provide its applicable product-specific disclosure. So, knowing exactly how to match the document to the trigger, and knowing there are no universal shortcuts, are you ready to spot the traps and ace the section? Because let's be real, in the actual industry, handing over the wrong disclosure doesn't just mean a failed exam, it means massive compliance fines. So next time you see a mountain of paperwork, are you going to be always sweating, or will you know exactly which document unlocks the trade? You've got the tools now, go apply them. Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and we will see you on the next one.